Dennis Law, the most important league game that Manchester United have played in 25 years.
Well, it's a perfect stage for it as well.
And
of
look
course,
who's back.
I'm just going to say, Brian Robson, he hasn't played for something like a month. It's one of those things that Alex Ferguson, the manager, had to do. He's got to bring back his experienced players like Paul Ince, who looked as though he was going to be out for the rest of the season. But those two players, they've got to win the game. So they're obviously, Alex is obviously taking a chance of playing the two. Whether they break down or not it really isn't important. They've got to do it, and they've got to get the most experienced players playing.
What they won't want to do, of course, is see Captain Fantastic there, you know, limping off after 10 minutes. That would be a real body blow for
It
them.
would be a real blow, but you've got to do it, Elton. You've got to play your more. He knows he's got to win the game, and that's why Robson is playing today.
Let's see why by taking a look at the top of the First Division, Dennis, as it stands now. The top three. There we go. You see 4 points. If United lose here today, then it's gone.
The league is over. Even a draw would mean that, mathematically, they would still have a chance of doing it, but they'd have to win their last game by something like 6-0.
Yeah.
And Leeds lose their last home game against Norwich, which I can't see doing it. So to have them any chance of being in the Championship, they've got to win here today at Anfield. A very difficult task.
Yeah, remember when we were here in '89?
Well,
that was impossible, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. But the point being that Liverpool know that United have got to come and attack, haven't they? And therefore they could leave gaps at the back. Ian Rush might score his first goal against United. I don't know how many games.
How can we have been on air since, what was it, 2 o'clock, and not mentioned that Ian Rush has never ever scored against Manchester United, the only First Division club he hasn't scored against. Anyway, let's join our commentators for this riveting occasion, Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Thanks, Eldon. Let's take a check on the teams for this vital game here at Anfield. Liverpool with Mike Hooper still in for the injured Bruce Grobbelaar. 2 is Rob Jones. 3, David Burrows, who's back after injury. 4, Steve Nichols out injured. Nicky Tanner wears the number 4 shirt. 5, Jan Molby. 6, Mark Wright back after injury. 7, Dean Saunders, their top scorer with 23. 8, Ray Houghton. 9, Ian Rush. 10, John Barnes. And 11, Michael Thomas. Wright and Tanner, the centre backs again. Liverpool getting back to full strength, really, in spite of the absence of Nicholl. Rush and Saunders, their strikers up front. Now, what about Manchester United? Well, Peter Schmeichel, the giant Danes in goal for them. 2, Mal Donaghy, not fully fit. 3, Dennis Irwin. 4, Steve Bruce. 5, Andrei Kanchelskis. 6, Gary Pallister. 7, Brian Robson returning after missing 6 games. Paul Ince, his surprise return, but like Robson, not fully fit. 9, Brian McClare. 10, Mark Hughes. And 11, Ryan Giggs. Manchester United really going for it, as they have to do. Some of their players, as I say, not fully fit, but it's a risk really they now have to take. Kanchelskis and Giggs give them such possibility down the flanks, but they've now really got to increase their scoring rate. But Robson's return will mean so much for them. The subs today: Mark Walters and Barry Venison for Liverpool, Clayton Blackmore and Mike Phelan for Manchester United. No place anywhere for Neil Webb. Our referee, Roger Gifford of Mid Glamorgan. Well, before Easter, Manchester United really had this Barclays Championship by the throat, but their grip is now severely loosened by that stumbling run over the last week and the success of Leeds United today. Last 3 games for Manchester United with 9 points at stake. They've picked up just a solitary point, and there you have it all, really. A long kick by Schmeichel, a good jump by Wright. In goes Kanchelskis down this right flank, away by Molby, up to Rush. Robson and Ince heavily involved early on. Pallister slipping, but getting the ball to Ince. Frenetic opening, but then you expect that when Liverpool and Manchester United get together on a football pitch anywhere. Mike gets it back.
I think the referee has got to be on his toes in the early exchanges here, Brian, because as you know, there's no love lost between the two clubs, and with so much depending on today's game, the early exchanges are going to be really ferocious.
Pallister guiding the ball behind for the goal kick. Now we wonder, will Manchester United react to that Leeds United victory earlier this afternoon? Some say they might be deflated, but I suppose if there's anything about them, it really will get them to stick their chins and their chests out and really go for it today. certainly I have to say, when they came off their team coach and walked down the corridor to the dressing room, they did look a little on the deflated side. One or two of them, who are usually the most cheerful of souls, really could hardly raise a smile. Kanchelskis, Donaghy, certainly one of those who's not fit now. Donaghy, Kanchelskis. So Donaghy, a free kick for Manchester United. An afternoon really that, as Robson gets it back, that's carried along by its importance and its emotion. And just as well, really, because the form of both sides has deserted them. Just as United have had their rocky spells, so have Liverpool. No wins for Liverpool, except, of course, that penalty shootout against Portsmouth. No wins in 7 games. And Liverpool just with 1 goal in their last 5. But, as I say, when these two sides meet, you never quite know. Tannerin very positively above Mark Hughes. Knocked away there by Thomas. Donaghy turning away from the possibility of a back pass with Saunders between him and the goalkeeper. Kanchelskis. One of those games where the opening goal will mean so much. If it goes United's way, it surely will lift them. It'll give them a real sinking feeling if it is planted beyond Peter Schmeichel. Going away, just fractionally offside, not much in it.
I think the wind's going to be a factor today, Brian, because it really is blustery here at Anfield, and Liverpool like to knock the ball around, they like to keep it on the floor, but I think today's going to be difficult for either team playing a bit of football here.
Here's Pallister with a free kick for Manchester United in this blue strip of theirs, up towards Hughes. Tanner really wrestling all over him there. Kanchelskis, played in again for Giggs. Back for Kanchelskis. Leclerc's on the far side, a little too high for him. Owen might seek to turn it back. It's a goal kick.
I see Graham Leclerc's sort of withdrawn into midfield there to supplement Ensign Robson in there. Leaving Mark Hughes up to battle away against Mark Wright.
Robson's header. Hughes, Leclerc, the flag is up.
I'll tell you what will be interesting today, Brian. In the last 2 or 3 games, the ones that we've watched on television with Liverpool, they've been pushing up, playing offside. Now, it's something that I've never seen in all the years of watching Liverpool and having played here. They never ever played offside. They just held their ground. But now they seem to be pushing up, and I think with an example there, and they may get caught this afternoon.
Leclerc, well, people with the pace of Kanchelskis and Giggs, are just the sort of people with well-timed runs who might catch them out. Incidentally, it looks as though Kanchelskis and Giggs are pushing well forward themselves here this afternoon.
Well, but Manchester will be hoping that the 2 wingers can do some damage down the flanks, but they're against 2 quick fullbacks.
Indeed. David Burrows, who's back after a little spell out with injury, and Rob Jones at right back for Liverpool. Donaghy with the throw for Manchester United. Robson. Gone by Hughes. Giggs trying to get in there. Mike Cooper safely catching the ball. Bruce Grobbelaar still out, of course, with his hamstring. And you'll get no clue from Bruce as to when he's going to be back again, whether he'll be back for the cup final in a fortnight's time. He did say he'd be playing in one cup final. Apparently he's in the final of his winter foursomes at his golf club. Mr. Grobbelaar. It's a throw to Manchester United. disaster for Manchester United with the defeats against Nottingham Forest at Old Trafford, and then the midweek defeats down at Upton Park against West Ham. We've really seen for so long to have it all sewn up, but here's Kanchelskis. It'll be Donaghy again with the throw. Header away for Liverpool. And that came off Donaghy, Liverpool's throw. Bruce. Alistair. With the header. On there by Rush. Leicester. Irwin will get first to that one. He's got Giggs waiting on the far touchline. Down to Giggs again. Good ball played by Irwin. Giggs really taking on right here. And he gets a corner out of the Liverpool captain. Number 5, Bruce on the edge of the penalty area. Alistair at the near post. And he needed the header of Molby to get it away for Liverpool. Certainly surprised to see Paul Ince back in the side. Certainly the feeling was that his season might well be over, but Alex Ferguson told me that both he and Robson asked to play. Said they weren't fully fit, but felt they really wanted to get in and join this battle.
You know, Brian Robson really has been the key figure this year for Manchester United. I said at the beginning of the season, if he stays fit, plays through the season, they'll win the league. And I think they've certainly missed him when he's been out.
There's no doubt about that. Leclerc, Hughes. In fact, I think it's 5, not 6 games, 5 games that Robson's been out, Saints. And they've got 5 points out of a possible 15.
It just happened at a crucial time of the year for them, you know, what a pity.
Here's Ray Houghton. He's had a really good season for Liverpool. Molby. Slipped by Saunders. Robson getting it away. Goes Hughes, beats Tanner, finds Kanchelskis. Good run here by Kanchelskis. In the end, couldn't find the pass for Hughes, couldn't find the shot for himself. And it's 0-0 with 10 minutes gone.
Well done, you had Molby there. Kanchelskis had ripped the Liverpool defence apart there. He's looking really on song down this right-hand side. As is Giggs, of course, as well down the left. And that's a great confrontation, isn't it? The 2 young, outstanding players this year, Rob Jones and Ryan Giggs.
Rob Jones, Saint, as you probably remember, who made his first appearance for Liverpool when he joined them from Crewe in the midweek at Old Trafford against Manchester United.
That's right.
Absolutely superb game. Robson. Mark Wright. Wright again. Steve Nicholl, incidentally, so Ronnie Moran was telling me, has got a little knock and they just don't want to risk him. I suppose with a cup final coming up in a fortnight's time, that's quite understandable. Kanchelskis, in goes Barrows very quickly indeed. But equally quick was Donaghy, halting Saunders in his tracks. Thomas to Jan Molby to John Barnes, a little thick and a good one to Rush, has scored, truly is a moment for this championship of the Barclays League to take another twist and another turn as Liverpool go ahead. Rush just getting to the ball before Schmeichel.
Well, he's finally done it, Brian. He's finally got the goal. What a lovely ball by John Barnes. And Rush made a great diagonal run, nicked it over the keeper into the corner.
Never scored against Manchester United in all his career. Some 24 attempts, and at last Rush has done it. Now, what reaction will this get from Manchester United? Only his 8th goal of the season, and you can't believe it really, for such a prolific scorer, only his 4th in the Barclays League.
My first reaction, Brian, about the goal was that he may have strayed offside when he made the burst, but I'm not sure maybe if Bruce was playing him onside.
Maybe we might get another chance to look at that a little later on when there's a lull. That's it. A long clearance by Schmeichel. Free kick to Liverpool. For Manchester United. Well, here's the goal again. You say you thought there might have been... Yes, he didn't quite pick it up, but I see your point.
It was still difficult to see even there, Brian. He probably was just onside. It was a wonderful ball by Barnes.
But also, that was like the old Rush as well, wasn't it? I mean, he was so quickly onto that.
Exactly.
People are so ready to say that Rush isn't quite what he was. You just better not believe it.
His goal tally, of course, was very poor this year, Brian, for Ian Rush. Normally gets a 1-2 ratio, and at the moment is very poor. But he's had injuries, so he could probably say that that's been the reason for it. But that was the old Ian Rush, wasn't it? Sharpest attack.
Here we are again. Now, as Barnes...
Oh, he's well onside, and Dennis Irwin's playing him onside as well. It was a beautifully judged run.
Tanner winning it in the air, but with the help of some... Well, I thought there were some elbows actually by Tanner there on McClare, but it's gone the other way. Nicky Tanner is the innocent party. On a ground where Manchester United really over the last 11 visits have had a very good record. They've only been beaten twice. Won 4, drawn 5. And I suppose statistics can prove anything. They've lost 2 of their last 3 here. 2 that they lost. And last season, you may remember, we televised them live here when they were beaten 4-0 by Liverpool. Immaculate Peter Beardsley hat-trick, I remember that day, and won by John Barnes. Well, it was Barnes who made the goal for Rush. Liverpool leading by a 1-0. Up to Hughes. Tried to chest it down. In goes Cartwright, and in goes Owen. And Owen continuing the charge, but Tanner should just get there first. Sliding in to get it back to Mike Hooper. Alec Ferguson, second from the left, as you look along Brian Kidd alongside him, knowing that the game might even be up for them today. Can they win a corner? I noticed Alec Ferguson, one quote in a newspaper today, said, well, I wouldn't change anything I've done this season. The team have played exceptionally well for me for most of the season. And I must say Alex himself has looked very relaxed through all their troubles and very dignified with it too. Well, Pallister's up at the near post. Hooper getting it, losing it. Bowlby getting it away. And Chelskas. Good play there by Saunders. Liverpool really fired for this one, but then they always are when United come here. Alistair. While we're talking of managers, good wishes, of course, to Graham Souness. I'm sure is watching this today. The Liverpool manager still in hospital after his heart operation. We send you good wishes, Graham, and hope you're soon very fully fit again. Here's John Barnes. Ray Houghton. Foul that time by Ince on Saunders, and it was, and it's a free kick. Behind it, right in front of the ball, just to make things awkward to Liverpool players, and it just flicked off the Manchester United wall to go behind for a Liverpool corner. 18 minutes gone, Liverpool leading by 1-0. And if we're just coming to and sorting out the football intelligence for the day, let me just tell you that Leeds have won at Sheffield United. And if Manchester United lose here, of course, the championship goes to Leeds. Saunders. Rob Jones, who's never scored for Liverpool, and with a shot like that is never likely to. Scored only a couple in his time for Crewe Alexandra, but what a season it's been for him when he came unknown virtually into the First Division. Since then has won his England cap, and as we said earlier, made his first appearance, and what an excellent first appearance it was back in October at Old Trafford. A throw to Manchester United. Mulvey. And again, stabbed that through for Saunders. In the end, it's a long ball played by Rob Jones for Saunders. I don't think Burrows will get to that one. Mulvey. And again. Barnes wriggling away from Robson. Venison is stripping off beneath us. Yes, just no. Here's Saunders coming through. The flag has stayed down. Schmeichel hesitated for a long time. Saunders again hitting it in low, and United all over the place there for a moment. Obviously feeling that there should have been a flag, but there was no indication from the linesman. Rush. Giggs.
I'm at a loss here to see who's injured in the Liverpool team, and maybe Tanner, I think, at the back there. Maybe the time he stretched there on that race through with Irvin with the ball, and yes, maybe stretched something.
Here's Barnes. Rush. That's a foul for sure. That's a free kick for Liverpool. There's Rush trying to shove McClare off the ball. McClare holding up the taking of that free kick. Certainly want to bring the substitute on, and indeed you're right saying it's Nicky Tanner. So Venison's on. Should see who joins Mark Wright as centre-back now. Well, David Burrows at the moment looks to be...
Looks as if David Burrows has just moved in there, and Venison playing full-back. He's played centre-back a bit this year, hasn't he, Burrows? On and off with all the injuries.
Good challenge again by Rush, and some quick thinking by Saul as he saw Schmeichel off his line, aimed instantly. A little chip, but it in fact canned off a United defender. But Liverpool looking the sharper of the two sides.
Well, United started off, I thought, Brian, in the first 10 minutes, looking really aggressive, and the team that were doing all the pressing. But since the goal, of course, Liverpool seem to have settled down a bit and commanding the game now.
Oh, but there's Robson. That changes everything. Ince with the shots. Oh, bad luck there for United. It cannoned off the post with Hooper well and truly beaten. Well, that's United's last month of the season in an instant. A good raking shot, sorry, Saint, by Paul Ince.
It was the most magnificent effort, wasn't it? Thoroughly deserved the goal, but when that happens, Brian, I think it's time to go home, isn't it?
Started by a great tackle by Brian Robson as well. It's a free kick to Manchester United. Giggs with it, flipped off the defender towards Bruce on the far side, turned back well by him towards Mark Hughes. It was Jones who got it away, and then Donaghy putting it behind for the goal kick. That was the Robson part in it, a really good, fierce, well-timed challenge there. Ince with the shot, Hooper's despairing dive, and 99 times out of 100 that would have gone.
I mean, it was really spectacular, wasn't it? Kept it low, really thumped it, and there you are, off the inside of the post.
In a nutshell, that's United over the last month.
Well, that's the way it's been going for them, Brian.
Alistair. Leclerc, touched on, Hughes. Burrows. Here's Jan Molby. To Dean Saunders. Michael Thomas away on the right for him. Rush is going through the middle. Barnes is coming in there as well, but Thomas had the glint of glory in his eyes and wanted to finish it off himself. Now Ryan Giggs. Owen. Cut out by Burrows. Here's Houghton. Middle chip, perfect one as well for Saunders, played on by Molby, then for Rush. Jones for Saunders. And Ince playing the ball to Irwin. Room ahead of him, Giggs ahead of him. Hooper is out quickly, massive clearance.
The game's been played at a ferocious pace, and looking at Liverpool today, I think this is about the best I've seen them in a while, Brian, in terms of closing the game down and working hard to get the ball back. You know, everybody's fired up and they're all working hard.
That's a good passing too, on an excellent pitch. Which gives me the chance to congratulate the groundsman again here, Reg Summers, who won the award for the best pitch in the First Division. Gets his award at half-time from the Football League president, Gordon McKay. So well done, Reg.
Nice change for Manchester United to be playing in this.
Indeed. Saunders versus Irwin. Molby. Bruce getting it away. Molby again. Houghton. Oh, Houghton. Played back towards Thomas. And Barnes is in there. My goodness. Magnificent's in there. And Liverpool should have been 2 up. What were Manchester United playing at in defence? It was almost as though they wanted to present Liverpool with a second goal. And Barnes very nearly took it with the most cheeky of back heels. Everybody shepherding, leaving it for somebody else. Barnes back heel, Venison shot into the side netting, and it stays at 1-0. The Ian Rush goal still giving Liverpool the advantage here.
Well, Schmeichel should have come for the ball there. They're waiting for him to come out. He didn't. He just stood still. Barnes read it. tried the back heel, and Venison really should have hit the target with that one.
In the meantime, Rush has gone off, and Mark Walters is on.
Well, that's a bit of a blow for Liverpool, that, because Rush looked really on song today, and 2 substitutes on as early, Brian. Might have a deciding factor later in the game, that.
Still only coming up to 27 minutes. Venison already on for Tanner, and now Mark Walters on for Ian Rush. What they've done is they've just slotted Walters in to the left side of midfield, put Barnes now up front with Saunders. And Joskis. Robson.
Actually, the move of Barnes up the middle now for Liverpool might just suit him. He's looking in good form today, John Barnes. Obviously getting fitted with every game since his lie-off, and it might just suit him playing midfield a bit today.
Told has got a knee problem. Venison playing it in. Remember, the cup final is a fortnight away. Olby. Pinball stuff this at the moment. Walters to Venison. To Mark Walters again, but challenge was a good one. Well timed by Donaghy. It's a Liverpool ball. United, of course, needing a goal now, having gone behind, but that really has been the main problem of this last part of the season for them. The goals have completely dried up. 8 only in the last 10 games, and that really isn't the right sort of form when you're seeking a championship. 8 goals in the last 10 games. Robson. And with the sort of luck that Paul Ince had just now, it's really surprising. Walters for Liverpool. Olby. Houghton. Good ball by Houghton. Thomas on the far side for Liverpool. Played back for Saunders. Saunders again, goal kick. Oh, and off the pitch, that's Gary Pallister. Good Lord, he's got his blood coming through his boot. Quite a rate there. So Pallister also off the field then. Manchester United down to 10 men. Liverpool with both substitutes already on. Looked a pretty unpleasant injury.
Yes, it doesn't look good at all, that.
Hughes to Ince. Foul there, and a free kick to Manchester United. We think it'll be Mike Phelan who comes on for Gary Pallister.
Well, we talked about the commitment before the game, Brian, and Liverpool have 2 substitutes on already. United with theirs coming on.
I think he might well play right back with Donaghy going to centre back alongside Steve Bruce.
I think you'd be right there.
In the meantime, it's a free kick for Manchester United. Dennis Irwin with it, curling it in towards Steve Bruce. Valuable header away by Mark Wright for Liverpool, as Walters takes it up. Harassed there by Kanchelskis, and fairly so, free kick to Liverpool. Kanchelskis, the man from the Ukraine. Olby, the man from Denmark. Scooping a lovely ball up there for Thomas. In not very effectively, but he gets another chance. Robson's header going back to him. Tries to get a 1-2 going there. Robson goes in hard there on Thomas, but the flag had already gone up.
He was always going to be offside with that one, wasn't he?
There's certainly no holding back by Brian Robson there.
Well, the two players who we looked at the beginning, you know, Robson and Ince have survived the course so far. And there's others in the bar. But, I mean, the commitment of both sides is tremendous.
Just remind you, if it stays this way for the end of the afternoon, then the championship will be decided in favour of Leeds United, who with their victory over Sheffield United, taken up a 4-point lead at the top of the First Division. And each side after today would have just one match left. Liverpool leading with that 11th minute goal of Ian Rush. By him as well. Tries to get Kanchelskis in, and Venison intercepted neatly to get the ball back to Hooper.
I actually thought Mark Hughes might have been better having a shot at goal there, Brian, because he wasn't that far outside the penalty area.
Daleki. Unfair challenge by Hughes on Mulby. Free kick already taken very quickly there by Thomas Houghton. Jones. Mulby. Offside against Houghton.
Jan Mulby's beginning to get his range of passing going, Brian. A wonderful passer of the ball, very, very accurate. And he really can service the players up front. If you make the right run, this big fellow will hit you with the ball.
Got that injury, a nasty foot injury it was as well. Goes in for the ball here with Barry Venison. And Venison entitled to go for that ball, and it's just unfortunate for Gary Pallister that he clipped him there.
It was just a case of Venison's studs catching him on the top of the boot.
I hear from down below that he's got a badly gashed right boot. Right foot, rather, and boot. Now here's Walters. Here's another chance for Liverpool. Played in there for Saunders. Houghton. Well, the chances are coming Liverpool's way. A great run by Walters. A lovely ball played inside. Well met by Saunders.
That was a great save by Schmeichels, because he knew that the ball was going past him on the left-hand side, stuck his foot up, Brian, and made the save. No, that wasn't an accident. That was good goalkeeping. But the pace of Walters got away from Phelan there. Well, Saunders, the Liverpool bench would be expecting Saunders to score with that one.
Here's Barnes. Kanchelskis, Leclerc, Ellison getting there just before Kanchelskis. Phelan playing it in. Up to Barnes. Saunders, John Barnes, taking them all on. Robson's getting back to him though. Still with Barnes. Just have scuffed up a moment just as Barnes was about to hit it.
But good pressure by Brian Robson. Barnes was magnificent here, how he got the ball in the first place, and Robson there showing his fitness, Brian. He stayed with him, forced him wide, and as you said, the ball probably bobbled up as Barnes was about to hit it. But good defensive play, I thought, there by Brian Robson.
It's an amazing statistic as well, isn't it? His last goal in the league, the Barclays League, was on the opening day of the season. Imagine we had that long.
How many games has he played?
Yes, indeed.
He can't have played that many league games.
4 goals in all this season.
Well, he had a great hat-trick in the cup, didn't he?
That's right, against Crewe. Now, Mulvey's got a problem. And Liverpool, remember, with both their substitutes already on,
he's got a bit of claret coming down the nose.
Claret.
This game is not for the faint-hearted, Brian. We knew that from the off, but it's a real man's game this afternoon.
This is a guy always worth watching, isn't he, Mulvey, though?
Well, I think he's a great player. You know, wonderful skills for such a big man.
Bruce with the free kick. Robson gets it back. Here's Owen. Controlled nicely there by McClare. Owen again. Ince playing it for Giggs. This cross coming in. Thomas getting it away, not very effectively. McClare again. And Hughes. Well, having made the point that if Manchester United lose here today, the championship goes to Leeds.
That is amazing, you know, for a fellow who scores the most spectacular goals, wonderful volleyer of the ball, strong as a horse, and really, I can't understand why he doesn't get himself 20 goals a season.
Well, it was 21 last season that he scored, and that really, I suppose, has been the major problem for Manchester United. Somebody to chip in along with Brian McClare. I mean, McClare himself has got 24. Hughes had matched last season's 21, then it might have been a totally different story.
I think it'd have been all over, Brian.
To be fair to him, though, Mark Hughes has certainly made a few goals this season. Mulvey. He's on the far side now. Going back to that point again, if Manchester United do lose, Leeds are champions for the first time since 1974. That will be decided today. And of course, if United just get a draw, the Leeds United lead would still be 3 points, and they have a superior goal difference. Mathematically, of course, they still need 1 point from their last game, which is at home to Norwich next weekend. And as I say, their goal difference is so good that mathematicians apart, I think most people, if United draw here today, would still say, well, Leeds are champions. So yes, a win is what Manchester United desperately need today. That's the simple point.
The lack of goals we were talking about a few minutes ago, that's at the end of the season, Brian, when they tally them up, that's going to cost them.
I was thinking when we were at Wembley a couple of weeks back, though, in the Rumbelows, and we were saying, well, they've won the Rumbelows Cup, and so they've certainly got a European place in the UEFA Cup next season, but I think we were nudging each other and believing, well, of course it'll be the European Cup, they'll win the championship. It's amazing how it has turned around.
Well, I couldn't see them losing it. No. But that's why I never get coupon up.
Really, though. Owen with the throw for Manchester United. Hughes on the far side, shadowed by Mark White. Owen with the throw. Shot on the turn there by Hughes that had a bit of venom about it. Thomas in the end putting it away for another throw to Manchester United. With about 4 minutes of the first half left, Liverpool leading by 1-0. The most beautiful sunshine here on Merseyside. But on a day that looks as though it might be a golden day for Leeds United. Mulvey with the throw. Up to Saunders. Off Donaghy. Another throw for Liverpool. Saunders picking out Jan Mulvey. Cut out by Bruce. McClare, the little touch from Mike Phelan. Now Kanchelskis. Long-time challenge again by Venison.
Venison hasn't put a foot wrong since he's come on, Brian. This lad never lets the team down, you know. He comes on as substitutes, he has the odd game here and there, but I think he's always a very steady player.
Robson. Hughes chasing. Barrows stumbling, but a throw going Liverpool's way. Robson. Hughes. The back heel. High net. Kanchelskis in. It's across there towards Robson. He was right up amongst the front runners again, and in the end it's Venison who puts it behind for the corner to Manchester United. Well, if they could nick something on the stroke of half-time, just as Leeds United did earlier at Bramall Lane, who knows how the afternoon might finish. Giggs with the corner for Manchester United. McClare in the 6-yard area. Bruce up from the back. Robson's poised in there as well. It's a deeper one. It might come for Dennis Irwin. And it's a goal kick.
I think they'll miss Palace for the set pieces, Brian, because he's such a key figure along with Bruce. And they'll miss him now. But that was a deep one there. Everybody missed it. And Dennis Irwin there looking to try and keep that left foot down, but over the top it went.
Offside against Barnes. Never a doubt about it. We're in the last minute of the first half now. Certainly a big job for Manchester United to do on the rest of this afternoon, and they must know that if they concede another goal, then they might just as well concede the championship as well. Irwin going through. Hughes to Giggs. Rob Jones. Thomas giving that away. Ince with the back heel. Mark Hughes now. Well, I thought Hughes might well have had a little dig at that one there, but he preferred the pass, and it's Liverpool streaming away now with Mark Walters, with Barnes on the far side. Manchester United struggling to get back. Barnes goes past the ball, plays it back for Saunders. If anything, it hit Walters on the line.
That is the most amazing thing. He hit Walters had ran onto the goal line and he hit with the ball. I mean, Barnes was magnificent here. Look at this. Wonderful skill. He just ghosted past him. He had to look up. He picked the man out who was Saunders. Saunders, it's his own man, who actually was in offside position anyway. But
so that's why it's a free kick to Manchester United.
But look at Barnes. It is a delight when he's on form.
He looks the business again this afternoon, doesn't he?
Yes.
Barnes, the touch to Howe. Hit towards Saunders. Bruce winning it in the air. Ince finding Robson. Barnes, the lovely touch again. Thomas, no, not enough of that to Houghton, who tried to stop Irwin going through. Irwin now leading the charge for Manchester United. And lost his way with McClare and Hughes waiting for the middle pass inside.
And he had Giggs wide on the left there on his own, Brian. He could have played it out there. Got Giggs in.
Half-time whistle. 45 minutes in which Liverpool have got a goal up. After 11 minutes, Ian Rush, the first goal he's ever scored against Manchester United, and what a time to do it. Manchester United knowing that that Barclays League Championship is slipping more and more away from them, with Leeds having scored that victory at Bramall Lane this afternoon. Half-time then here at Anfield is Liverpool 1, Manchester United 0.
Welcome back. Jim Beglin's testimonial year, incidentally, Dennis. Lucky lad, because if they win the championship, it'll be a wonderful year for him, won't it?
It'll be absolutely marvellous, considering he had that awful injury as well, didn't he, where he was out for such a long time. It's very nice.
Ian Rush scored his very first goal against Manchester United, and it could be the most costly goal they've conceded in the league for 25 years.
Well, of course, the United had played particularly well, but it was an absolute beautiful skill from Barnes, wasn't it? A lovely ball. And when we first saw it, we thought Rush was offside, but Erwin had played him on, and he beat Michael very easy from a difficult angle, and you just felt that...
we didn't need Gary Lineker's help on that one, Dennis,
sadly
did we?
not, no, sadly not.
But United aren't getting the breaks, and they could so easily have been 1-1, and Paul Ince, it was a wonderful shot, wasn't it?
It certainly was, and it was good. Brian Robson here, I think, had a marvellous first half, and Ince, it was a beautiful shot when he struck it. It's going away from the keeper all the time, hit the inside the post, and goes straight across. And I think, as the Saint said, it's one of those days you say, it's not going to be your day today.
Leeds got the breaks in their game as well.
Correct, yeah. Correct.
Of course, Liverpool might have scored on another couple of occasions. They've had the balance of the play, Dennis, would you say?
Beautiful. I mean, when we saw this move and it eventually goes to John Barnes, it was a bit of a mistake in the United. I mean, they all hesitated. John Barnes nicked in between. Lovely back heel, wasn't it? And Venison, when we first saw it, we thought it was a miss, but when we saw it from behind the goal, he was really at an awful angle, wasn't he? I mean, if you just see it now.
No, this is actually
the other one.
The Schmeichel save, isn't it?
Ah, right. Walter did ever so well, didn't he, to get into the box, and he picked him out, didn't he? Should have scored. I'm sure there's, again, Ian said that Liverpool bench would have said that that should have been the second goal. But it was a good save on Schmeichel. And at 1-0, United are still in the game.
Of course they are. Now, what will Alex Ferguson be encouraging them to do in the second half?
Elton, they've got to go and attack, as they have done in the first half. And by doing that, they could always lose a second goal. But he knows he's got 45 minutes to do it. He's got to throw everybody forward, try and get the equalising goal, and obviously if they get that...
Should be taking a little bit more authority when they get up there. I think you made a point earlier on about Mark Hughes. Why did he pass and not shoot?
Correct, and I think that Mark has had a sort of a lean spell, hasn't he, in scoring goals, and just before half-time, must have been 2 or 3 minutes before half-time, I can't remember who passed the ball, but he got the ball in the penalty area, and instead of shooting, he elected to pass. Now, that's when you've got to shoot. You've got to try and make those chances count.
Well, another indication, Dennis, that it might well be Leeds United's day. Our goal of the day winner from 2 weeks ago, Eric Cantona, and that spectacular individual effort against Chelsea. You enjoyed this, I know.
Beautiful. It was absolutely lovely skill. And you think you're coming from a continental, lovely touch, wasn't it? Beautiful goal.
Yeah, a very worthy winner.
Pity he wasn't Scottish.
Yeah, he might score against you in the World Cup. Anyway, Mark Thomas is the winner from Twickenham Middlesex. Well done, Mark. He's going to go and see the European Cup final at Wembley. Plenty of goals in our Goal of the Day competition later on, some real quality ones as well. And here's one that, well, gives Luton another lifeline to stay in the First Division, or should I say, the Premier League next season. Join us after the break. Do not adjust your sets. You're still with the match. That is the house of Lee Chapman, the living room where Lee and Gary Callister and Eric Cantona, we believe, will be watching the second half of the Manchester United-Liverpool match this afternoon. They're about 10 minutes away, by all accounts. We'll be able to talk to them afterwards, depending on certain situations. They could well be the champions.
They could be very happy indeed, couldn't they? They could, in fact, have 1 or 2 shandies later on this evening.
Let's rejoin Ian St John and Brian Moore.
Thanks again, Elton. Well, of course, Liverpool can't make any substitutes now. They've got their 2 on. This is the last time you'll see Anfield quite like this, as you can see on that picture there. The wonderful new Kemlin stand beginning to emerge on the other side of the ground there. And that will be fully opened at the start of the new season of the Premier League in August. Liverpool, we understand, there's confusion. I think Liverpool are starting with 10 men, are they, in the second half? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we've got to work out, Saint, who's missing at the moment.
Dean Saunders. Dean Saunders is not out.
Phelan getting that back to Schmeichel. Dean Saunders is missing at the moment. Good spot.
Well, I said to you, Brian, early in the game that when Liverpool lost the 2 players, that could be a telling factor in the game. I don't know what's happened to Dean Saunders, but it's going to be difficult playing with 10 men, isn't it?
It's with Kanchelskis. And a corner. Again, some very confusing messages, aren't we? That he's got stitch, and now he's gone for a stitch. So Saunders, at any rate, has got a slight problem, and he's now back on the field. The problem has been solved. The stitch has been inserted.
Stitch in time.
Saunders is back on the field. It's another corner for Manchester United. Liverpool leading by a goal to 0. Ian Rush, 11 minutes. Well, let's clarify. Dean Saunders has been having some treatment on his shin. Giggs with a corner for Manchester United, floated in there. Molby with a good header away, helped on by Mark Walters. Phelan getting in there once more. Bruce now for Manchester United. That's an obstruction by Houghton and a free kick. Will be taken by Dennis Irwin. Clare and Hughes are furthest forward. Bruce is making his run now. They're all going in there, off the crossbar. Bruce and Kanchelskis. I'm not at all sure that he didn't crack the crossbar again and glance over. And so Manchester United so close to coming back to level terms in the opening minutes of this second half. A header firmly against the crossbar, and then as it comes out again, Kanchelskis, just as you see, flicks off the top of the bar again.
Well, that's Wood 3 times this afternoon. I thought it was Brian McClare that got the header in there. And as we can see, it was McClare. And then Kanchelskis has a real whack at it and grazed the top of the bar.
So that's 3 times Manchester United have hit the woodwork in this game, and they're a goal down. Robson, a shot by Ince. And Molby's ball finding Saunders. Thomas is offside. A free kick to Manchester United. Remember, Paul Ince cracked the Liverpool post in the first half with a long raking drive. Kenny Dalglish, former Liverpool manager, now of Blackburn Rovers, of course, in the stand here today. Hughes, goal kick. It's a point that Dennis Law made about Mark Hughes at half-time, and you were making it to me also at the same time. That
Let's have a look at this header again. I mean, you do feel that there's nothing going for them. And that was a beautiful volley as well there by Kanchelskis, but you feel there's nothing going for him. Mark Hughes, you're making a point there, Brian, not scoring any goals. Alec Ferguson, I thought quite rightly had left him out of the team before, because if you're not scoring, you're not doing your job. Let's look and see if we can get somebody in that might, you know, nick us a goal or two. But it didn't work out. They lost the game, and people are blaming the manager for it.
Robson. Free kick to Manchester United. The foul there by Thomas. McClare knocking it forward for Hughes. Ince getting in there. Hughes also involved here. Here's Ryan Giggs now for Manchester United. Can he get the better of Rob Jones? He's done really well here. And in the end it comes off a United player for a goal kick.
Very persistent Giggs there, wasn't he? I like the way Brian, he could slide in and retrieve balls. He did it again here. Rob Jones had won the race there, thought it might go out to play, but there's Giggs with that sliding tackle, and they retrieved the ball.
In the meantime, Barnes now for Liverpool. To Mark Walters. Here's Thomas. In goes Irwin with great determination. Matched there by Rob Jones, who finds Houghton with that pass. Bowlby. And a throw to Manchester United. Thomas. And again it's finding Hughes. Thomas versus Hughes. Kanchelskis had gone back into an onside position. Disappointing when you think back to it, Saint, the extraordinary opening goal for Leeds United today, the Rod Wallace one, which I imagine he knew very little about, and then the own goal that really clinched it.
And when you think of
what's happened to Manchester United here today,
and the goal they lost down at West Ham.
That's right.
You know, when the fullback knew nothing about it. When it's good for you, it's good for you, Brian.
That's right. When you think back at the turn of the year, United seem to have so much over Leeds United. They beat them in the Rumbelows Cup, they beat them in the FA Cup. We televised them in a draw at Ellen Road there. Here's Saunders. He's onside. Great save by Schmeichel. Saunders again. Was that a handball? No, off the chest. Roger Gifford looked very hard at that one, Steve Bruce, but he said it came off Bruce's chest. But it was certainly a super save by Schmeichel. And if United are to retrieve anything from this game and from this season, that really was the most telling moment. Free kick.
Well, really, you've got to think that Dean Saunders has had two great chances, and this big fella stopped them twice.
Bruce to Phelan. McClare trying to get Kanchelskis in, but look at the place of Venison there, getting it back to Mike Cooper, his goalkeeper. Donaghy versus Saunders. Certainly Saunders sprang the offside trap so well there and just couldn't find the finish to beat Schmeichel. Phelan with a throw. Robson available, no, a foul throw. Not from the right spot.
It's not often they let him take it again, then, is it? Usually that they give it to the opposition.
Phelan again, knocking it back for Steve Bruce. Robson. Clare.
Well, here's the chance he had, and he really did well because he cut across Bruce there, cut across his path. Marvellous save, but I think this is where he let himself get down here. Saunders, he's got to play a good ball back. Now, that looked like a handball, would you say? I know it's in the shadows, but
yes, I wouldn't mind having a look at that again, actually.
Yes.
Up goes Bruce. It's doing well. Finding Irwin. Robson. Well, let's have a look at the incident. Did it hit Bruce on the chest, as the referee said? Way back in here. Well, a little suspicious, I think.
I think it was his upper arm, Brian, but he had to lean over to try and block the ball. He certainly made to play the ball. Now, whether it hit him in the lower part of the arm or not, it's debatable.
Venison gets it away. Robson. Phelan. Bruce. Hitting long towards Hughes. Mark Wright with the header away. As United try to get a momentum going, that will yet save this day for them. Hughes. Do they get a corner? They do. Conceded there by the Liverpool skipper, Mark Wright. It'll be taken by Owen. Bruce coming forward again. Came off John Barnes. Bruce is in there with a header. Wright beat them all in the air. Phelan playing it in again. Bruce again with a header. Hughes trying to get in there. Knocked away in the end by Burrows, but the flag had gone up. The whistle had gone. There's an infringement just on the edge of the 6-yard area. And it'll be a free kick to Liverpool.
Well, Manchester United are piling everything into this, aren't they? But the ball just won't run for them. You know, they're not getting a free kick out of it at all. Mark Hughes is scuffing at that one. Then I think it was McClair who's probably gone offside.
Stays this way, remember, Leeds United become the champions of 1992 of the Barclays League. Indeed, if Manchester United get a draw, mathematically they aren't quite there, Leeds, but in every other sense they are. Manchester United leading 2 goals here now. A goal down, Ian Rush after 11 minutes. Liverpool with a free kick. Through for Barnes. Walters, Venison. And Robson getting it back to Schmeichel. Ince. Robson again. Oh, Thomas. The flag is up though. The flag is waving furiously on this side. And the referee has spotted it at last. Robson's taken a knock on the back of the head. Just wind the memory back. I think it was Ince who made the mistake, wasn't it, Saint?
Ince made a mistake, but there was a Liverpool player in an offside position. I think he said that Thomas was on his way back. But Schmeichel again making the save with his feet. I mean, this big fella has kept Liverpool out this afternoon, apart from the rush goal. He's made 3 great saves.
Manchester United's free kick. Hitting it long towards Giggs. It's good control by Ryan Giggs. This ball goes straight to Thomas, knocked back by Houghton and then into touch. Irwin with it. Ince. Phelan. Kanchelskis, Phelan again, stopped by Molby, Venison. A foul on Barnes by Kanchelskis. Right. Giggs. McClair left the ball behind. Thomas picks it up. Gets Saunders away again. Donaghy with him. Good defending again by Mal Donaghy. But a throw once more to Liverpool. Gets it through to Saunders. The flag is up again. Schmeichel was equal to it once more.
Even when Saunders gets the ball and he is offside, Brian, he's still not sticking the ball in the net, is he? That was a lovely ball there, but again by John Barnes, and
I was waiting
you can
to
see just a straight offside there. But I mean, you'd expect them to put that in the net.
I was drawing breath too for a Barnes, something extravagant from John Barnes there, a long curling shot at goal somehow. Phelan, Kanchelskis, Liverpool's throw. Match that's going live to New Zealand, to Malaysia, Israel, Turkey, South Africa, Thailand, France, Holland and Australia. Greetings to all of you from around the world, from Anfield. Liverpool leading here by 1-0. Bruce. Robson. Cut out by Thomas. Lovely bit of play here by Michael Thomas. And then gives the ball away to Dennis Irwin. Will he get there first or will Wright? He does, and finds Giggs. Wait for Irwin again. Hughes waiting in the middle. Kanchelskis coming in quick on the far post. And went in a little too close, in fact. And Hooper gathered the ball well above his head. Walters now for Liverpool. Just past the quarter-of-an-hour mark of the second half. Just under half an hour to go. Mulby.
I think Dennis Irwin injured himself there, Brian, when he crossed that ball, and he stayed up the park a bit. And you can see he's feeling his groin.
Bruce up to Hughes. Robson. And again Robson. And again Robson. He's done so well this afternoon. You can't believe he's not fully fit. Likewise Ince. Hughes. Robson again. Playing it sideways this time for Irwin. Knocked in quickly and it came off Hughes. It was not the cleverest of balls in for the front men to deal with. $38,669 the attendance here at Anfield this afternoon. Lost out to McLeod. Supported by Hughes, but Liverpool backed up by the impressive figure of Jan Mulby. Irwin's header. Hughes. Could be something here for Manchester United. Giggs. Robson. Goes Phelan. Goal kick.
Well, the Manchester fans are certainly getting the money's worth as far as the effort from the team are concerned, because they're all piling in there. Everybody's giving 100%. There'll be no shirkers this afternoon.
Pushing Ryan Giggs into a more central position now, Saint, it seems, in this second half.
Yes, he's wandered in there and in the centre forward position.
Sticking out a foot and finding Michael Thomas with it. Kanchelskis. He's got some pace about it, this one. Great run here by Kanchelskis. Burrows tangling with him. And Kanchelskis just keeping the ball in play. Mulby very calmly finding Burrows with it. Back to Benison. And a throw to Manchester United. By Mike Phelan. 25 minutes left. Stays this way in 25 minutes. Leeds United will be champions of the Barclays League for the first time since 1974. maybe United, Manchester United that is, have still got something to say for themselves. Houghton here getting it back to goalkeeper Mike Hooper for Liverpool. To Manchester United. Irwin. Hughes off and chasing. Came off right. It's letting it run and run well. He's got Robson inside him. Robson to McClair. The back heel, it might go anywhere. In the end, just touched back to Hooper. Walters. Madison. Burrows. It's playing it through. Can Giggs get on the end of this? Good little touch there from Rob Jones. And the referee, a good piece of refereeing actually, because he spotted that McClair and Mulvey were having a little set-to off the ball. Just quietly got them together while the game was going on. Those two there, yeah, and sorted them out. Good work by Roger Gifford.
I think he's given a foul against Mark Hughes.
Yeah. Indicating there was an elbow by the Manchester United number 10. And United not happy with that decision. Massive kick though by Schmeichel again. Now were there Hughes elbows at work here? May have been. Just as he leapt towards Hooper. Bruce that time on Saunders, free kick to Liverpool. Mulvey for Barnes.
Well, Liverpool have gone a bit ragged, haven't they, in the last 10 minutes or so, and it's been all United in terms of the traffic going towards the Liverpool goal, but there's just nothing going for them so far. You feel as if they could get one, they might even go on and win the game, Brian, but at the moment, where's that goal going to come from?
Done really well there, Giggs. Didn't do much for one of the photographer's cameras there, but did wonderfully well there, Ryan Giggs. Has taken the corner quickly, gets it back from Dennis Irwin. And gets a corner.
In fact, it's a goal kick. Watch to the charge of young Mr. Giggs.
So Liverpool's goal kick. Where are we? 20 minutes left. Liverpool leading 1-0. Robson Bruce will take the free kick. Plays it to Robson. Some space out on the right side for Mike Phelan to exploit. United throw. Phelan with it very quickly. Kanchelskis. Bruce. Donaghy. Irwin. Robson again. Bruce. Cut out by Walters. Phelan gets it back again. Robson once more. Liverpool, everybody back in their own half. And United at the moment incapable of finding either a run or a pass with any penetration to it. Let's see what Mulvey can do for Liverpool. Well, first he has to shake off McClair. And a free kick's been given against McClair. Well, we said a little earlier on that McClair and Mulvey were having a little set to, and it looks as though that was episode 2. Mark Wright will take the free kick.
Well, Liverpool have lost a pass and a play, Brian, in the second half, and it's all gone very ragged for them. And, you know, the only thing that might be in their favour is that United are pushing everybody forward. As Dennis was saying at half-time, you know, it's the only way for them. And you feel that it might just get caught with a sucker punch.
Ince going in. Phelan on the far side. Burrows gets it away. Phelan in there once more. That time it was Venison holding it up. That time it was Burrows holding it up. McClair just knocking it in. That time it's Jones knocking it away. Robson. But Barnes now for Liverpool. Saunders is up ahead of him. Walters is away to the left of him. And Bruce was right there in front of him. Irwin. Bruce. Robson. No lack of effort from Manchester United. Ince again towards Hughes. He deflected off a defender.
That was a timely intervention there by Burrows, because in that one I think Mark Hughes was ahead of Wright and would certainly had a proper goal there.
Robson with a header. United with the wind at their backs. In goes Kanchelskis. Referee looked, shook his head, turned away, no penalty. Kanchelskis has stayed down. Now he's up. And the long clearance might hold up nicely for Saunders. No, the header from Donaghy got it away for Manchester United. Here's Bruce again. Being urged on by the Manchester United fans now for one last big effort in the final 16 minutes of this game. Bruce. Foul by Venison on Kanchelskis. A free kick. It's with Robson. Little chip by him towards Bruce. Manchester United get a corner. Giggs going across to take it. McClair and Hughes in the 6-yard area. Bruce, Irwin, Ince, Robson poised on the edge of the box. It's a deep one towards Mark Hughes, knocked back in there. But Thomas gets it away. Donaghy. Irwin again, up to Hughes, just onside, but the wind catching the ball, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool. Well, Leeds United players back at the Chapman's home, enjoying no doubt this Liverpool victory as it is so far. They know that within a quarter of an hour, if it stays this way, Leeds United will be champions of the First Division. And we should be talking to those Leeds players a little later on. Kanchelskis. Throw for Liverpool. Giggs doing well. Supported here by Brian McClare. The little chip in there towards Robson. Ince couldn't get to it either because Mark Wright got it away. Phelan knocking it in there once more. Up goes Michael Thomas. Phelan knocking it in again towards Giggs. Hit first time and down goes Hooper.
Well, really, Manchester United can't do much more than this, Brian. They're given their all here, and you know, you just have to feel for them. And there's nothing going for them there. Snapshot there by young Giggs, and Hooper down well.
McClare to Giggs. Hit well, just wide.
See, they've got a strong gale behind them now, and you saw there he was a good, what, 30 yards out. He just turned and hit it, flew past the post.
Robson. Giggs. 3 times, remember, Manchester United have hit the woodwork here at Anfield today, but they remain 1 goal down, with their hopes of their first championship in 25 years fast fading now. Brian Robson won't see it that way, getting in there to find Kanchelskis. Donachie up to McClare, the little touch again. Hughes is in there once more, playing it wide towards Kanchelskis. Manchester United throw. Phelan. Whipping it in again. That time it was Burrows with a header. Owen trying to get it wide. Houghton with the clearance this time for Liverpool. Houghton, Saunders, Mulvey. Stopped by Donachie. In for McClare. Clock still ticking away. Manchester United with under 13 minutes left now. Barnes caught offside. A free kick to Manchester United. Walters finding Mulvey, inch-perfect pass to Barnes. Barnes wasn't so good there, though, to find Houghton, and it's Irwin for Manchester United. Up to McClare. Foul by Wright. Played on quickly now, Giggs, but Hooper's there first.
The referee let him away with a rolling ball there, and he was standing right by it. Although I have to say, the referee's had a good game today. It's been a real tough one for him, but I think he's handled it well.
A ball played to the outside of the boot towards Saunders. Thomas trying to get in there as well, falls to the ground. Phelan gets it away. Kanchelskis starting something from deep. Stopped by Barnes. Back it goes again to Schmeichel. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Great throw by Schmeichel. Kanchelskis. Venison has handled him well. Mulvey. Hit long towards Saunders. Mulvey. Barnes in space. Thomas inside. Houghton steaming through the middle also. Good challenge again by Steve Bruce. Manchester United's throw. Just get the feeling with United straining forward more and more that they might just leave the door open at the back for the likes of Barnes and Saunders. Inside the last 10 minutes now.
Mark Wright's done a good job in the second half, Brian, because with all the pressure that's been piled in by Manchester, he's won a lot of headers in the air, and he's handling Mark Hughes well.
Here's Barnes. What a ball by Barnes. Can Houghton get on the end of this one? No, Irwin's there. Kept his nerve. Conceded the corner. Ray Houghton will take it. Although Barnes wants a bit of the action as well. Played short for John Barnes. Houghton. Barnes. Houghton. Chipped in towards Thomas. It's not all up yet. Long kick again by Schmeichel from one end to the other.
I mean, he's got the wind behind him, Brian. He's got to be careful. I mean, that's just giving the ball back to Liverpool.
Dramatic things have happened in the last minute of a season here before, with the championship in mind. Michael Thomas will certainly remember that back in 1989 when he won the title for Arsenal here in the last minute. Maybe Manchester United can match something in the 8 minutes or so that now remain. Irwin with the throw. Hughes to Owen. Bowlby. Bruce. Madison. Freeland. But increasingly you get the feeling now that Manchester United are just going to fall short of this quest for their first championship in 25 years. And you look back to only 8 goals scored in the last 10 games. And you look back to that defeat on Easter Monday at home to Nottingham Forest, defeat against West Ham in midweek. That's really where the crucial damage was done. But there's Giggs coming in right across the face of that goal. And it needed just a simple touch from 1, 2, 3, 4 Manchester United players. None could apply it. And Liverpool remain 1 goal ahead. But United get a corner. Giggs will take it. Wade for Phelan. Here's Donachie. Here's Irwin. It's a goal kick.
Well, I can't believe it, the way things are happening here. It's amazing, isn't it? Giggs, lovely little run again.
And look how many blue shirts are in.
All the blue shirts are there. It was right across to split the 6-yard box. They're all piling in there. Oh, there's McClair coming in. Kachelski's coming in. Everyone's in there. But the ball just won't run for them.
Jones. Stopped by Owen. Kept well in play there. Giggs. Here he goes again. That looked like a foul by Rob Jones then, I have to say. It's a throw to Liverpool. Giggs having a word with the referee, actually. Not that it'll do him any good. Now left on the clock. Ryan Giggs knocking it into that area. Oh, Kanchelskis went there. Liverpool waiting for Hooper to do something positive. Venison. Saunders. Venison. Out of play, throw to Manchester United. Bruce. Barnes. Calvin's made a break. Barnes has found him beautifully. Saunders waiting in the middle, so too is Mulvey. It's not away yet. Saunders just over the top.
Well, that was the sucker punch we were talking about, Brian, and really Liverpool should have finished up the match off there. Howe did very well, then he pulled the ball back. There was Big Jan with the blast today. The goalkeeper again has been magnificent today. And United battling to get it away. And there was Thomas into the cop.
Yes, another super save by Peter Schmeichel, that time from Jan Molby. One Dane on another. Clearance there by Thomas. Donaghy. Kanchelskis. Inside, well inside the last 5 minutes, as Thomas makes one of those surges from the midfield, shaking off even his own teammates there. Michael Thomas across the face of the goal. Houghton! It's in there by Walters. And now the title goes to Leeds United without any doubt at all. 2-0 to Liverpool. It's all up for Manchester United. The Leeds United players know that they can start congratulating each other, that the title goes to Ellen Road for the first time since 1974. That finishes the season. It finishes it for Manchester United, 2 goals down now. And there's no coming back from that. Rush 11 minutes. Walters with just 3 minutes left.
You've got to feel sorry for Brian Robson and what was really his last year at having a go at winning a championship medal, and here you are. He's had a great season and there's nothing for him at the end of it.
Kicks now for Manchester United. But unless there's an upheaval to win to beat all other upheavals, that's it finished, and this is just a formality as Barnes takes it up again. This is John Barnes, set upon making it 3, but stopped once again by Peter Schmeichel, and Barnes down injured. Don't know how serious that is, but Schmeichel has gone to help him. That could be bad news. He's writhing in pain, as you can see, on the edge of that 6-yard area. Molby, and thinking about England and thinking about the European Championships, that might be quite a blow. Saunders on the far side for Liverpool. Just over a minute to go. Barnes in great pain there. And Manchester United, who set the pace for so long, floundered at the last month or so. Leeds have come on strong, and it's they who will now take the First Division Championship of the Barclays League. Barnes still down behind that Manchester United goal. It's Leeds who will go into the European Cup. Manchester United contenting themselves with the UEFA Cup as a result of winning the Rumbelows Cup. Here's Ryan Giggs again. Comes to McClare.
There's not even a consolation goal for him at the end of it, Brian. The effort the Manchester boys have put in this afternoon has got to be complimented. I've seen them play many times at Anfield, and I don't think I've seen them play, you know, with as much vigour and as much resilience, but really nothing for them, and you have to really feel for them. They didn't throw it away today. They threw it away in the other games. Certainly the home games that they lost.
Ince with a shot, and they've not really had the breaks either, Saint.
No, they've not had a break at all.
But here's Houghton. Walters. Saunders. Clare taking on the world at the moment. Barnes, back and hobbling badly. Saunders again. Bruce. Robson. The final whistle has gone. Leeds United are champions of the First Division of the Barclays League. Alex Ferguson, the disappointed manager of Manchester United, pointed to his team to say, go and salute the supporters. They have supported Manchester United manfully through this difficult season, particularly over the last difficult month. And Alex Ferguson, dignified to the last, adds his applause as well. A shattering disappointment for Brian Robson and all the Manchester United team and their fans. They faltered over the last stride or two. Leeds United have certainly taken full advantage of that to win the championship for the first time since the days of Don Revie back in 1974. It all fell apart for Manchester United after their victory in the Rumbelows, where they were beaten by Nottingham Forest, beaten by West Ham, and now beaten here on this most crucial day by Liverpool. The final score here then at Anfield: Leeds are the champions, Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0.
Yes, welcome back to Anfield, where Manchester United lost this afternoon. Earlier in the day at Bramall Lane, Leeds United beat Sheffield United to become the champions of England. I know they're watching in Borough Bridge at the moment. I bet they can almost reach out and touch this. I wonder, we can't actually hand it over to you, Lee, but we will do later on. Dennis, a reaction from the Manchester United point of view. They looked absolutely desolate at the end, and understandably so.
Well, first of all, we must say congratulations to Leeds United on winning the championship, but commiserations to Manchester United, who had to come here to Anfield and win. And really, when you looked at the whole game, they had done everything right, didn't they? They had so many chances, they hit the woodwork 2 or 3 times and really put every effort into it. And when you hear the fans, you're always not only sorry for the team, but also for the supporters who have waited so long, really.
Yes, and they are marvellous supporters. I mean, they're 40-odd thousand just about every time they play at Old Trafford, and a big travelling support as well. But the story of the match, they started brightly, and then Ian Rush scores after 11 minutes, and it was always going to be an uphill struggle from this moment on, Dennis.
It certainly was, and it was an absolutely marvellous play by John Barnes, a beautiful ball through. We thought Ian was offsides at the beginning, but he wasn't. He drew Schmeichel and tucked it away into the corner. It was an absolutely beautiful goal, and considering that's the first time he scored against United for a long time. And then Manchester United, that was a good tackle by Robson. Now this is what I'm saying, when it's not your day. A terrific shot from Ince, hits the inside of the post, goes straight across the line, and of course out of play.
I know what the lads in Leeds are saying right now. They're saying you make your own luck, Dennis.
Of course you do, but there again, now hit the crossbar, comes back to Kanchelski's. It's a lovely shot this, and he then clips the top of the crossbar. Hey, Al, you're all right, you make your own luck, but one of those normal chances would go in.
And then 2-0, game's over, the championship's on to England.
We always felt that this was going to happen anyway. I mean, Liverpool breaking away, United had threw so many players forward, and of course they get the second goal. But by that time, again, a bit of luck there, was there? But by that time, that goal particularly, it didn't really matter, did it? It just confirmed that Leeds United were going to win the championship.
Let's go over to Borough Bridge, Dennis, and have a chat with the lads there. Lee Chapman, David Batty, Gary McAllister's there, and Eric Cantona as well. Congratulations. Lee, coming to you first. How does it feel?
It's marvellous. It's a terrific feeling, and one we never thought would happen a couple of weeks ago, but now it's happened. It hasn't quite sunk in yet, but it's a great feeling.
Can we just move over to David Batty, who was just a young lad when Leeds last won the championship in 1974, a Leeds fan. Do you remember much of that championship, David?
Not really, no. I think when I first started supporting Leeds, it was back end, and I just missed out, so it's a proud moment for everybody. associated with the club.
Gary McAllister, has it actually sunk in yet? I mean, it's only what, 2 minutes since you were actually confirmed as champions.
Yeah, well, it's sunk in here. We're confirmed as champions, so it's beginning to sink in.
Gary.
I'm sure it'll sink in as the evening goes on.
Gary, I was just going to say congratulations on winning the championship, and of course you've also got Scotland and the European champions to look forward to in Sweden.
Yeah, yeah.
You must be a very happy man.
Oh, it's all looking quite well at the moment, Dennis. Yeah, and we go to Sweden as underdogs, and Scotland normally do quite well as underdogs, so that's going to be something to look forward to as well.
Lovely.
And going as champions is a wee bit better.
Well, of course, on the European Championship theme, one of the favourites, if not the outright favourites, are France. So let's have a word with Eric Cantona. Magnifique, Eric.
Magnifique, yes.
Yes, very good.
You speak French?
You speak French?
Oh, no.
Sorry, I don't speak English.
No, you do, don't you? Bit of French? Dennis speaks French.
A little bit. I can only speak English, never mind French.
It has been really a fairy tale end of the season for Eric in particularly, hasn't it? Because his career was going nowhere, and then he comes to Leeds, and within, what, a few months he's got a championship medal.
He doesn't agree with that, Elton. No, but it's a great story for Eric. He had a few problems in France, but he's come over here, settled in very, very well. The fans love him. I'm sure he's got a great future at the club, and it's a great way to start your career with a football club.
David Batty, another word with you. What do you think the reaction will be in Leeds to the news today that you're confirmed as champions, being a local lad and a fan from birth, really?
Well, I think, I won't say it was a surprise, but it's a thing that a few weeks back never looked like we'd win it. So it's just a nice bonus, really. We'd achieved what we'd set out for at the start of the season by getting a place in Europe. And today everything's come brilliant, really.
Just a quick one, Gary, finally with you, Gary McAllister. Bit of champagne might be drunk tonight, mightn't it?
Oh, yeah, if Chappie maybe opens a bottle, he's very tight in that department. Sometimes he's a bit reluctant in opening his good champagne, you know, but we might get one tonight.
I'm waiting for a whip round.
Thanks very much for being with us, and many congratulations to the Leeds players there in Borough Bridge. Let's get a reaction now from Alex Ferguson, the manager of Manchester United. He's with Gary Newcombe.
Well, we've seen the happy new champions, and obviously commiserations to you, Alex. What's your first reaction about it all?
Well, it's a terrible disappointing end for us, and there's not any point in us analysing our own self. I think we have to say that well done, Howard Wilkinson. It's a marvellous achievement for him. And I'd just like to say that people were saying that it was an ordinary week. But then from someone who were raving about other clubs starting to play well. And what you've got to realise about the English First Division is Leeds and ourselves got off to a great start in the season and stayed there the whole season. We were worthy front runners in the league. And Arsenal got off to a bad start and are now playing well. And people say, well, if they'd have started right. But that's how hard this league is. If you make mistakes, you get punished. As any team like ourselves realised today, it's such a difficult and hard league to win that anyone who makes a mistake is punished. For people to say it's an ordinary league is absolute nonsense. It's the same hard league as it's always been. The same one that Liverpool have been winning, Arsenal have been winning. It's just the same as Leeds have won this season. And to say that it's an ordinary league, I would have to say that. The Leeds deserved their achievement because they've worked hard for it. The managers worked hard for it. And we, Manchester United, congratulate them on that.
Alex Ferguson choosing his words very carefully there. Well, now it's time for our Goal of the Day competition. Yes, there are other games going on this weekend as well. We begin at White Hart Lane and Gary Lineker's last game for Spurs. An afternoon to remember at White Hart Lane for the 35,000, most of whom turned up to bid farewell to Gary Lineker and were quickly on their feet applauding Paul Allen. Well, as it turned out, there was more talk about the future than the past. Spurs giving Jeff Minton his debut, and shortly before half-time, Minton arrived smartly to score from Lineker-like range. Well, a minute later, Paul Stewart did pretty much the same. It was almost as if Everton were leaving gaps in the hope that one of their most celebrated old boys would get the goal the occasion demanded. but he didn't. Gary wasn't able to take advantage of his old club's first half generosity, and after the break, it was an entirely different story. Peter Beardsley upstaging his old England sidekick, and what had looked to be a lost cause started to turn Everton's way. That one was slightly deflected. Beardsley's been the star turn of a pretty disappointing season, but clearly there was something about the occasion which brought the best out of him and revived Everton as they finished the match as if the championship was at stake. Another name for the future who'll remember Lineker's farewell a lot longer than the man himself, Everton's debutant David Unsworth, a marvellous equaliser reviving memories of another of Lineker's ex-Goodison teammates, Kevin Sheedy, goal of the day contender A. Well, five-star entertainment and a standing ovation at the end for the Footballer of the Year, the game's finest ambassador since Bobby Charlton. Gary Lineker bidding farewell at White Hart Lane. At least Sheffield Wednesday are guaranteed a place in the UEFA Cup next season. They went in front after the enterprising John Sheridan intercepted Nigel Martin's throw and sent over a delightful cross for Paul Williams. But Wednesday couldn't kill the game and were forced to concede a couple of points late on when Mark Bright got on the end of a Jeff Thomas up and under to lob the ball very tidily over Chris Woods. Arsenal haven't won at Stamford Bridge since George Graham became their manager. Chelsea going in front through Dennis Wise. But Arsenal are finishing the season in the style that earned them the championship last season and in '89. 15 without defeat. Goal of the day contender B from Lee Dixon. One-time contenders Manchester City were too much for Notts County, who found the going a little bit too tough in the first division. Fitzroy Simpson, his first goal for City, and that's contender C. Well, the final blow for Notts County came from a David White run and cross and Niall Quinn's near post header. The point of no return. County relegated. West Ham also lost their senior status, but Coventry, they still need a point to be sure of retaining theirs. Gallagher's cross had Furlong diving in, McCloskey cutting it out, and Mickey Ginn following up. Luton go to the final Saturday for the fourth successive season, uncertain of which league they'll be in next season. Brian Steen putting them in front against Villa. But Luton are great survivors, and at least they know they can handle the tension next week when they travel to Notts County. Goal of the day contender D from Mark Pembridge, who certainly deserves to be playing in the Premier League next season. Right, well, let's just check on the shortlist. The phone number to ring, as always, is 0898 10 10 10. David Unsworth is A, Lee Dixon B, C, Fitzroy Simpson, and D, Mark Pembridge. Right, on this afternoon that Leeds United are confirmed as champions, a quick word with their manager, Howard Wilkinson, who's on the phone now from his Sheffield home. Howard, in 4 years, from the bottom of the second division to the first division championship, that's not bad, is it?
Hello?
Hello, Howard, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm just saying, in 4 years, from the bottom of the second division to the first division championship, marvellous achievement for you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But now that it's sunk in, you know, you can only do what you can do, and we've done well all season.
You don't sound too elated.
Finish for us.
You don't sound too elated, Howard. I get the impression it hasn't sunk in with you.
Well, I haven't watched it, Elton. I've been having a nice lunch, very, very relaxed. Now, Ben's, the boy's been watching upstairs, Ben. He's kept us in touch with the score.
OK.
It's all a bit...
I'm going to have to stop you and say, well done. Thanks for joining us, and to Dennis and to everyone in Boroughbridge as well. Leeds United are the champions. From all of us on the match, goodbye.